Hey there, everyone. Welcome to my channel. And, well, it's been 5 years since the last time I actually did that. But we're taking a look at the first evaluation version of Windows Server 2025, the very first Windows Server version in the AI era. I mean, the very first brand new Windows Server version in that era. And there's a lot of concern about the whole Copilot thing and how that's going to impact things, how that's going to change the way we use computers. There's a lot of talking about privacy concerns and so on, with Windows 11 kind of keeping track of everything you do so that it can recall it later on, which is slightly concerning. Does that transfer over to Windows Server 2025? Does that not transfer over? How's the bloat situation? Because as we know, Windows has been getting progressively more bloated as time goes by, which, you know, is also quite a concern because at the end of the day, Windows Server is meant to be a server operating system. It's not nothing more than that. So hopefully the bloat's not there. We're gonna be checking out for that, obviously. Um, at first glance, the first thing I noticed is that the setup screen is just slightly different than it was before. They finally changed that after so long. It's no more like the Windows 10 one, which is a good thing, I suppose. Always good to keep stuff fresh. Feels a little fresher than usual. Other than that, I mean, it's basically the same experience that we've always had with Windows Server. Server Manager still looks just about the very same, the layout and everything, which obviously is a good thing as well because it keeps it familiar, so you don't have to retrain or anything. If you know how to use Windows Server, 2016, you know how to use 2019, 2022, and so on. And that's about the same here for Windows Server 2025. It has not changed. It's very familiar, feels like home, as you can see, we're running data center version of it on workstation. Virtual machines, not bare metal. Bear that in mind. But yeah, as you can see here, just about the very same. This storage pools and so on. It's about the same experience that you'll always get with Windows Server. You know what you're gonna get. Windows Server wise, you always kind of know what you're gonna get. And you're prompting me to try out the Azure Arc and the new Windows Admin Center built into the portal to manage my individual servers and clusters on premises. Um, Interesting. Don't show this message again. I could try that later on. Would be a nice idea, I suppose, at one point. Should give that a go. But as of right now, I just want to check the bloat situation out and see what's really new here. As you can see, it's very very clean. You have the Azure Arc setup thing, the server manager, settings, Edge, file explorer. There's the terminal, PowerShell, and the feedback hub, obviously, because it's an evaluation version. So obviously, feedback is much appreciated. Microsoft's looking for that input, and yeah, at first glance, zero bloat, which is a great thing. I mean, it's Windows Server. It would be weird if it had bloat on it, but there is no bloat. No bloat at all whatsoever. Let's check the task manager, shall we? I want to see how's the numbers in terms of usage and so on. So we're idling. There's no services installed. It's a brand new install. I installed it and started recording the video. Basically, installed it, installed VMware tools, which works. You don't have to update it or anything. I'm running the first patch of the first workstation patch after it went free. So basically the latest, and VMware tools for Windows 11 apparently works with this just fine. It has no issues whatsoever. We have sound, we have video, we have the GPU acceleration working just fine, which is good. And as you can see here, I'm very happy with the figures. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's a fresh install. There's nothing really running on background. But we're looking here at 2.3 gigabytes on idle, which is about standard. I mean, this machine has 16 gigabytes of RAM assigned to it. So 2.309 out, 14% out of 16 gigabytes is pretty decent. The more RAM you have, more the higher the usage is going to be on idle, obviously, especially on Windows because their memory management is kind of all over the place. But hey, you can use RAM is wasted, RAM or so they say. But yeah, good figures. CPU usage, as you can see, also not terrible. Let's change the graph to all the logical processors. As you can see, just the first three threads are being utilized right now, which is a good thing. They're lightweight. Granted, it's pretty much bare bones. There's nothing going on. There's no services going on. But at first glance, what I see here is a very clean experience. What do we have here in terms of settings? Just about just like the Windows 11 one. Obviously, that's Windows Server always does that. So you have all the shenanigans that you might need. Accounts, title language, privacy, Windows Update. Lovely. That's yeah, it's as bloated as it gets, which is a good thing for Windows Server. Server Manager. Let's try and add something. Let's try install roles services features. Determine which roles. Okay. Based RDS installation. Install required role services for virtual desktop infrastructure to create virtual machine based or session based desktop deployment. Server based. Servable. We have only this one for now. We could install Hyper-V. Hyper-V would be nice. See if there's any changes to that. We can try and run, nesting, which is what was finally fixed on AMD a few years ago. It's crazy how it was not a possibility for the longest time on the Ryzens. It would not work accordingly. Let's try, Hyper-V, sure. Let's add that. Oh, what happened? Did it freeze? Oh no, it's doing. Okay, there we go. It was just processing. We could install web server, sure. What else? WDS would be fun, but what's the point? DHCP DNS, that could be. We could use that for later on. I gotta refresh because I made tutorials on DHCP on DNS I think as well for 2012 and 2016 and 2019. So we should keep the trend going. I think the only one I didn't cover was 2022 because I was busy at the time. I think that was it. Yeah, I was probably busy or something, and I ended up not covering it. ID, there's a bunch of AD stuff. We could also go through that. That would be fun. For now, I'm just gonna install that because I want to see what happens. File nice SCSI services, data deduplication. It's fun. Server for NFS work folders, site target server, replication namespaces, file server. Let's install that. Okay, duplication saves disk space by storing a single copy of identical data on a volume. Print and document services, remote access. Let's do with all of that for now. Features, BitLocker, no. Screw BitLocker. It's not enforced, which is a good thing because they were trying to enforce that on Windows 11. It's not enforced here. Good thing. TCP/IP. So Hyper-V. There's the switch right there. Network adapter migration. Allow the server to send and receive live migration default storage. That's what I would run server role services. URL FTP server. Yeah, why not? Management scripts and tools management service. Okay, that should about do it for now. Let's install it and see what happens. Yeah, so far I'm very happy with what I see. Lightweight, pretty lightweight. At least the bare bones install seems like it. There's no bloat going on, nothing in the background. Seems very power efficient, which is good. And yeah, it's just the usual. It's just Windows 11, but with as a server, basically, and without the AI crap, which makes me very happy. I was worried they would try and push that onto us. Like, imagine, okay, I actually, you bring up your AI key to compile key. Hey, please set up DHCP. Now I want you to set up AD. Now I want you to set up my web server, and then he does it automatically for you. Like, imagine how terrible, how much of a nightmare that would be. Christ alive. So I'm glad they didn't bother with that. That would have been pretty scary. Just the thought of it, the mere thought of it. Christ alive. Yeah, no. Anyway, we have. Oh, we got. Oh, that was quick. That was pretty quick, actually. Restart spending. Let's restart the server. It should finish the installation. Okay, sure. We're gonna restart it. So file storage, Hyper-V, IIS, local server, and all servers. We are absolutely buzzing with this. Right, so Hyper-V, all servers. Now we gotta restart it. So we're gonna do just that right now. I'm gonna restart it on our own plan. Let's go. See how quick that goes. Oh, there's updates already. Or is that related? Nah, that's just related to the feature install. Let's see. Like I said, this video is not a review. It's more like an overview, which is something that during my Windows Server 2019 video, people were like, okay, this is not a review. I was like, yeah, it's not. The title says it. It's an overview. We're just kind of taking a look at it, especially because it's just evaluation. It's not the final thing. Once we have the final thing, I'm going to play around with it a little bit more, you know. But for now, as things currently stand, it's not really meant to be a review in any way, shape, or form. It's just like we're looking at it. We're seeing what's up, what has changed, what's different, what's not different. Not taking it overly seriously. You just want to, if you want to see how it looks, how it feels, without actually going through the trouble yourself, downloading the ISO, setting up the virtual machine, it's time consuming. So just go on YouTube and watch that, and there you go. You have it. You have the answer to your question. How is it like? How does it look like? How does it feel like? Is there any bloat? What's the figures? What's the usage figures for it? We're seeing that. It's just that. Do not expect a review because it's not. And especially because it's just an evaluation copy. It's not the final thing. Things are subject to change. They could go and, hey, maybe we should really add the AI stuff, Maybe people would really appreciate if we could add AI shenanigans into Windows Server 2025 and have people actually do, things via voice commands or whatever. They just ask the AI and the AI does that for them. Which is, handy and all that, but safety-wise, is it really safe? I don't know. And there's many, many questions around how privacy oriented that really is, and its long-term issues that it could eventually cause. Do you really want that into your server? Probably not. As far as home computer goes, I think it's no biggie, depending on the kind of usage. So might actually come in handy. Server wise, you don't want that, and I'm happy to say that there's no AI crap here. So we have Hyper-V running. Let's see. Do we have? Where's my Hyper-V console? It should be showing up here, shouldn't it? Server manager. Do I gotta go on the server manager and then bring it up? Where's my Hyper-V? Manage. Oh, tools. Hyper-V manager. There we go. Here's Hyper-V. I could create the first server. Create virtual machine. See if there's anything different. We're not gonna actually virtualize anything today. I could make another video later on and maybe checking out, the virtual machine process on the. It's not new, it's in manager version 10. It's always the same thing as it has always been since 2008. But let's see, new virtual machine. see if there's any differences here before we begin. Yeah, that looks familiar. Name test. Next. Generation 1, Generation 2, you cannot provide support for newer features. As the 5 base firmware requires supported 64-bit best. Startup memory 4 connection. There we go. Configure hard disk. ATX. Create virtual hard disk. Installation options. Install later. There we go. We have our first virtual machine. That was fast. Here's the VM. Let's try and power it on. So there's no checkpoints. Connect. Let's connect to the virtual machine. There we go. Oh my god. But yeah, that's Hyper-V running. That was pretty quick. Within the video has been going up 15 minutes, so less than 10 minutes we got you installed. The web server that Hyper-V and so on is already all running, kind of. We have no ISO, so it's not gonna work yet. Turn that off. Kill that. But yeah, at first glance, extremely debloated. I like that. Truly appreciate that. What's the install size? Granted, we installed. We should have checked it beforehand because now I've installed extra features, but so far it's only 15 gigabytes. Yeah, only 14.5 gigabytes for a full install of data center. That's way slimmer than I remember 2019 being. In 2016 and 2012, that's a very slim install. It's in fact hugely debloated, which is a great thing. And then also, let's check the usage figures now that we have more stuff going on. Though it's just freshly installed anyway. There's not a lot going to do still, even though file under VIS and all that. It's not configured. It's using 3% CPU, 15% memory, so not a lot has changed up front. 2.5 gigabytes. That's pretty good. Very happy with how lightweight it feels. Very snappy as well. Granted, we have VMware tools installed and all that jazz, so that certainly influences things as well in terms of making it feel snappier. And GPU acceleration accelerated by 3080, so one would hope it would be, fast. Otherwise, I would be very concerned. Like, if not, even a 3080 can run Windows Server 2015, 2025, not 2015. Oh my god. Jesus. What's going on with me? Windows Server 2025. But yeah, like I said, it's not meant to be a review. It's more like just an overview, just a quick look at it to see what's up. So far, I like what I see. And then again, a reminder, it's evaluation, so it's subject to change. This is not definitive. Microsoft could go and add new features, remove features, change UI things, elements, It's all subject to change. It's something that you all have to bear in mind. As of today, late May 2024, this is how it looks like. It could be changing, and we're going to be covering all that in the future. Whatever might change, we're going to cover it here. But for now, as of right now, that's pretty much the experience. That's the numbers you have at the moment with a fresh install. Look, very good, very lightweight in that sense. We're not doing anything depending on, obviously it's just idling, but still 2.5 gigabytes. It's pretty okay, and like I said, no bloat, no AI crap. There's nothing, no weird notifications going on and distracting you. So also a great thing. So here, there's really nothing going on. It's pretty bare bones. As bare bones as it gets. And in that very case, it's a pretty good thing that it is this way. So, I think that's it. I just wanted to see what was up. Installed it, checked it around, checked it out. Looks great, looks fun. I'm going to be playing around with it more. Setting up the things accordingly, playing around with the file services, playing around with DHCP, DNS, so on. But for now, I think that's enough, right? Because I mean, Windows Server is Windows Server at the end of the day. You know what you're gonna get. You know, it's not like a box of chocolates that you never know what you're gonna get. You know what you're gonna get with Windows Server. You open the box and bingo, there's a Windows Server in there, and you know the features, you know how it's gonna, behave, sort of, and some things never change, like the server manager, for instance, which has been the very same thing since like 2012. And that's actually a good thing, like I was saying, because it keeps you familiar. You kind of don't have to retrain yourself at every new version that comes out. You know, if you know how to use 2012, you know how to use 2016, you know how to use 2019, 2022, and you know how to use 2025, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a cost saving measure as well, because you don't really have to be training. It keeps that commonality going on. And you just get extra improvements, you get better security, you get performance improvements, you get maybe a few UI differences here and there, but overall the core experience is about the same. It's just a shell that changes a bit every now and then, you know, the graphical interface part of it, but the operating it's just about highly consistent, which I appreciate. It keeps that consistency going, and I 100% love that. But with all that being said, I think it's time to bid farewell to you all, because we have, in fact, completed our mission of just having a look around. There's not a lot to see, like I said. It's highly bloated. There's not a lot going on. It's kind of like you build a bear kind of thing. You get your empty shell and you kind of gotta flesh it out yourself, which is great. So you have the features that you want, the things that you actually need, and the out of the box experience is just as bare bones as it gets, and then you just progressively flesh it out as required, which chef's kiss, cannot complain about that. So yeah, feedback's much appreciated as usual. Just like Microsoft, I also appreciate feedback. The comment sections right below. If you all have any questions, anything really, don't be shy. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully soon, with more Windows Server stuff. Maybe Windows 11 LTSC, which also came out very recently. Could be checking that out. Could be messing about with more Windows Server shenanigans as well. Who knows? I'm open to suggestions, really. So, with all that being said, yeah, y'all stay safe, take care, and bye bye.